sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, this is Ripper here. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun game with one of the most powerful, I would say, favorite ships that have been released in World War ships. It is the Smaland Tier 10 Premium that was given away for freemium XP back in the day, but now it is not available. I'm sorry. A lot of people always say, hey, why is this ship not available? Why are you doing videos about it? Well, it's just fun, and when I had the opportunity to get it, I jumped on it because someone said get it before it went away. So as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate all supporters of the channel. If you like what we're doing here, leave a comment, talk about it, start discussions, have fun, be friendly about it, have a blast making new friends and having very thoughtful discussions, because that's what we're about here on the channel. It's just having fun, learning about new tactics and techniques, and having fun at the same time. So let's get right to it. Tier 10 Smaland. So right off the bat, this is in ranked, by the way, so it is a very, very powerful ship, not only in randoms, but also in ranked and maybe even competitive, I would have to dare say. That's why they ban it a lot of times in competitive. But anyways, the bread and butter, I think, about this ship is because the gun reload and the 7.5 kilometer radar, because that is the greatest combination you can have. Because for any destroyer, it is literally a game changer, because the destroyers, what is their gimmick, is really the smoke screens that like hide you and torpedoes, right? Well, this thing literally goes out and hunts down torpedo destroyers, even gunboat destroyers, and really that is what separates and equalizes the battlefield, because all destroyers, as you already know, like to smoke up. Like you can see the Shimakaze right in front of me here. What is its bread and butter? It likes to be stealth. It likes to torp. But what the problem is with Smaland, as soon as it either gets detected or it's within 7.5 kilometers of some other threat, it can just pop the radar, unload with 1.5 second reloads on you, as you can see right here in the bottom here. For this particular mode, but actually in the arms race, we actually get this thing down to 0.9 seconds, which is really redonkulous. You're going to take a look at it, the power it can do. And also, I always think that the Smaland really is the game changer, where it can really carry matches, because the problem is it's difficult to kill sometimes, especially with the speed boost, but you can juke shots a lot. I mean, this is a plus 30% speed boost, and then you also have on top of that heals. So I've always said, as a gunboat destroyer, if you want to be annoying, dodge shells, juke, and then also you can just continuously survive, which is using those heals to come back to life from the dead. And like I said, it is super freaking powerful, and like I said, it's a game changer on the battlefield. And then you got the 1.5 second reload with a fire chance of 8%. Now here we go. We got the Kleber here. So here's a technique, and these are just techniques, okay, guys? It's not procedure or anything. These are tech procedures where I've just used these. They work well for me, especially with overpowered ships like the Smaland. I know Smaland has been labeled as overpowered. I think it still is. It's king of the destroyers. And again, against a Kleber, I'm not really scared, but against a Marceau, which is the other king of the OP destroyers, it is probably one of the most powerful destroyers out there with the Marceau. So we're going to take a look at this. Not going to fire right now. We got the increased reload. Now look, we got 1.2 second reload, because the Shimakaze got that buff. Now again, I think the buffs in the arms race mode really make the ship super overpowered, because you're getting down to 1 second reload times. You're going to see in this game, you're going to get down to 0.9 seconds. So very strong, very powerful. Now the shells are decent. They do, as you can see, arc a little bit there. Not as much as like Khabarovs or the Soviet ships right here. So let's take a look. 825 meters per second. Not the speeds I would like to have. I'd like to have a little bit faster, like at least 900 meters per second. It makes it a little bit more comfortable, easier to aim, like Lucian, Khabarovs. Even the Grozovoy has very good shell, I would say, velocities, giving it very shallow arc angles, very easier to aim, much easier to aim, that is, and I really do enjoy that. Now, what am I doing right here? Again, I'm out front leading from the charge with the Shimakaze. I wanted to keep my Shimakaze alive. Again, if you guys haven't tried that technique, pick another destroyer player, hang on to him for dear life, be a wingman, and really cover them, keep them alive. I know Shimakaze is really weak when it comes to gunboating, but its power is not necessarily in the guns, but is really in the torpedoes and the stealth and the spotting capabilities it provides. So, and that is why I want to keep my Shimakaze or even gearing players alive, because although they may struggle with the gunboats, they do excel in spotting, torping, smoking up other players to allow them to keep the fight on the enemy, and it's very strong in that regard. So what am I doing right now is a Smaland heavy gunboat destroyer, I would say hunter-killer destroyer. I'm really just spotting right now, scoping the battlefield. Again, we're not in a rush right now. We're really, only 4 minutes in the game. you really don't need to do much other than just keep that RPF indicator. Ooh, here we go. So our role right here is to kill the Colbert, because why? We're a gunboat DD, hunter, killer, destroyer, and we really want to eliminate every single destroyer off the game, because that gives us an advantage. And right there, Colbert goes down. It gives us an advantage because we are now the superior destroyer. We can literally go toe-to-toe with any destroyer. We're not afraid. And now we can just start going gunboating at will and trying to start as many fires as possible. Look at the 1.2 second reload. And this is the enjoyable part of the Smaland. It satisfies both the gunboat and torpedo roll. Although the torpedoes are not like super strong, they're kind of like European torpedoes that go out to 12 kilometers. I'm not going to say they're like Holland. I think they're slightly different from Holland torpedoes, but they do somewhat damage. Like, here it is. See, it's 10,700, 12 kilometers, 76 knots. See, they don't go as fast as the Holland torpedoes, but they're there if you need them, and they can inflict damage. So, again, satisfies a torpedo roll. And look, we're drawing fire from Montana. When he clearly has a clear line of sight direct shot at the Libertad, he would rather shoot at me. So there you go. We were classified as the most annoying destroyer in the game, one of the most annoying. Khabarovsk and Zorky actually are in the top there, because if they would rather shoot at you than a broadside Libertad, that tells you something right there. They would rather take a shot against us. So right now, what's our other role? We're there to also take over points, which also gives you not only reload, but actually points towards your winning the game. Notice our Shimakaze died. See, because I left him, he died. You know, that's why I don't like leaving my destroyer players, but they can go and do whatever they want and just have at it, and I can't do anything about that. I can only control what I can control. I know there are going to be some stupid destroyer players out there. So what? What can we do, right? All I can do is control what I can do and just support my team as best I can. Now, it's just me and Libertad right now, and he takes out the GK. That was really crucial right there. Now, Libertad, I think, is probably the new king of brawling secondaries right now. So it used to be the Schlieffen. I'm going to have to hand the crown over to the Libertad. You guys let me know what you think. I think Libertad is still broken right now. I actually have a gameplay footage of that ship. It is so fun. For secondaries, and I really, really do enjoy it. So right now, we have 4 ships versus 2, so what are we going to do right now? We're going to kind of wait this out because really there's no rush to see what the enemy team wants to do. There's no rush to go into the center now. There's no center point yet. In the next 3 seconds there will be. But even then, when the center point comes up, as it was right now, I'm still in it. They're not capping it. I'm just holding it, kind of like halting it. And now we're going to see, we got torpedoes out, see if they can actually get some damage off the Libertad. Now, we cannot sit and engage this Libertad for long periods of time. Although the Smaller may have heals, it cannot survive long, especially against the Libertad. Libertad has the best secondaries in the game, the biggest shell secondaries in the game, and also a great reload, as well as he's got the F funny button, which increases the damage and reloads of those guns, and range, of course. We're not going to mess with that. So we're going to wait and see what our other Libertad's going to do. Again, it's great having a Libertad on your team, because guess what? You have an OP ship as well going against another OP ship. So let's see what he ends up doing here. Oh, torpedoes are almost on off cooldown. And let's see if we can get another shot maybe against this Libertad, all while keeping an eye out for that other destroyer, the Nutrasimi and the Gearing. So it's 2 destroyers versus us. So you got to keep in mind. Now, notice, we're 2 destroyers versus 1 destroyer. And you're going to see the power of what the Smaller can do. It can go literally toe-to-toe. It can take on 2 destroyers by itself and survive this engagement. So we're going to launch some torpedoes at the Libertad. We're going to wait until he gets down to a little bit lower health that we feel comfortable we can engage. Also, here's another good technique. If you see a secondary brawling battleship nose in, that is a prime spot for destroyer, because guess what? The secondaries, the angles are not there off the nose. There are no secondaries off the nose. And as you can see, none of his secondaries are really firing at us because, again, the secondary angles have to be there in order for you to fire. Okay, Nutrashimi, we know where he's at. He takes out one of our guns, so we're going to pop damage con. We need the DPM right here. We got to kill this guy before he gets broadside. There it is. All his guns are looking at us now. Oh my god, oh my gosh, can we get him? Come on, baby, there we go. Thank God. Before he fires his salvo. And as you can see, only till now, oh, what did we just hit right there? And we hit somebody else with torpedoes. Somebody else is out there, maybe the Gearing. And you notice his secondaries only then began to start firing once he provided that broadside. So you got to understand that's how the gimmicks, the mechanics of the Libertad secondaries work. So again, in most battleship brawling ships won't have secondaries on the nose, so that's why it's good to nose in. All right, here we go. Somebody's right here. We're going to pop this right here. Here's the bread and butter right here. And then look at our reloads, 0.9 second reload. There is. Let's see if we can survive this engagement with the Nutrashimi. He's got that super heal. Now let's take a look. Oh my gosh, he is melting. 0.9 second reload, not really fair. And if we can just get this to aim correctly, if we can eliminate this destroyer, this will help us out a lot. And oh my gosh, he cannot survive this. Come on, just spray and pray anywhere in the smoke, and boom, there he goes down. One other, and look, we heal, or sorry, damage con, and then we got the heal coming off in 23 seconds, and we're capping at the same time. Look at how powerful the Smaland can do to change the nature of the game, like literally 180, where they had a superior amount of ships against us, but now we have, again, the OP battleship Libertad with an OP destroyer called the Smaland. This thing is really just ridiculous, so it's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. Oh, Gearing has showed himself. Getting rushed. We're going to help out our Libertad before he gets any kind of torpedoes off. Let's see if we can break anything, any modules, and just kill this Geary before he launches any torpedoes. Come on, baby. There you go. See, the seconders are insane right there, guys. That is the power of that. And now we've just flipped the tide of the game here, and now we are winning. So you can see the power of what a Smaland can do. So we're going to go around. We're not going to engage the Montana until the Libertad does. He's got more health. We got the heals. We got the reload. And as you can see right there, and here comes the reload power of the Smaland right there. You can go toe-to-toe with a battleship if he's not looking at you, of course. And just look at the amount of DPM we're pumping out. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at that. Carrying the game with the Libertad. Two broken ships, Smaland and Libertad, and boom, he goes down. That is how you win, and that is great techniques for how to, keep alive, stay alive, and just survive along the game and go and engage and pick your battles. One-on-one Smalands is very, very difficult to do right there. Doing 87,000 damage, and let's see here. Yep, top. Oh, way to go. We got we complimented the Libertad. He did a great job right there, surviving the long haul, and we did our job. Look at this, all this damage right here, spawning potential. Again, this is an annoying ship right here. Let's take another look at what the Smaland can do, and just some of the techniques and procedures we can do to help win games. All right, here's another game with the Smaland, and this time it is in randoms, and we'll take a look at how it actually plays out. And this is actually a really fun and enjoyable game. Again, in randoms, especially with Tier 9 and Tier 8 ships, I mean, Smaland just not even fair. It is so freaking powerful, and man, but it is fun though. I have to say that what is the point of this game? Have fun, right? Have fun and enjoy coming up with tactics and techniques and procedures to really enjoy the game. Now, notice again, I've been lately using the tactic of 3/4 speed into cap zones because I really don't want to rush to my death. I'm kind of waiting to see what the enemy does. Most enemy players will actually kind of go full speed into caps and just go full speed all the time, balls to the wall, right? And I've noticed by just being patient and giving that extra second of, or maybe a minute of time, you can actually see the battlefield develop as a destroyer player. See, you can analyze right there. You can notice where the Des Moines radar is, so therefore I'm going to avoid that. Again, if you don't know what this yellow circle is, that is in an Aslane's mod. You download it, load the mini-map indicator, and there's a settings button here. You can select radar image locked. Excuse me. So you can see the radar and gives you a lot better situational awareness to avoid those circles, right? That way you can mitigate as much of the threat as you can as a good destroyer player, so we can cap and just start spotting for our team. And again, I've noticed that just by being slow and methodical, you can really make better decisions and really survive the long haul of the battle. So, and I don't know about you guys, but lately I've been seeing a lot of teams just sitting in the back, and it really is annoying. Especially for your team. If your team is doing stuff like the enemy team is doing right here, it is really not that fun anymore. I mean, the World Warships is designed to go in and engage, and I don't know you guys, I'll probably do a video about why are people just so terrified to even move up. I mean, it just seems like without a destroyer, a battleship just is rendered useless, and they just run away in the back, and it just seems like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything without a destroyer. And that's why I don't play battleships anymore, because this game is so dependent upon spotting with cruisers, destroyers, CV, subs every day. And the battleship player is really difficult to play these days and survive, unless you're a broken OP ship like the Libertad. Notice that the depth chargers on the Smaland are pretty stupid. Like, they launch out front, and normally in reality, these tube launchers are supposed to launch in the air and actually kind of do these smart depth chargers, but I digress. That is a different time to talk about that. But look at this. Okay, here we go. One-on-one kid versus a Smaland. Not really a fair fight right here. We out-DPM the kid so bad. We have heals. He has a heal as well, but unfortunately, if he decides to pop smoke, we have the radar, and he's pretty much a dead duck in the water right here. And let's see. We'll hold off and see. Ooh, we're also getting, pinged by the submarine, which is also annoying. So let's see if we can eliminate. We got to get the kid out. Again, notice that the priority is to get rid of the destroyer off the bat. Those are deep water torpedoes, so we're not too worried. And the submarine will not kill us. And here we go. Let's see if we can get some more firepower on the kid right here. It's just amount of shells you can rain in the Smaland, and just one shell enough will kill him right here. Come on, baby. One more shell. Oh, thank goodness. Schlieffen secondary's got him. Now we're going to also survive the battlefield right here. We have heals. It keeps us alive. That is the most important part of being a gunboat DD main. You have to have heals, because you're going to literally soak up a brunt of the damage because everybody wants to shoot at you, especially if you're a Smaland. Everybody knows what a Smaland is, or actually majority of people know. And look, see, I would rather fire at us because he knows that we are a devastating threat on the battlefield. So we damage con that right away because we don't want to fire. Having a fire in your ship actually creates a bigger concealment plume, so that way people can detect you more. So that's why I always put out fires right away when I go and detect it, so that way our detection radius doesn't expand. So here we go, right off the bat. What else are we going to look at right here? Analyze the battlefield right now. Looks like the enemy team is starting to dwindle. They lost, they don't have any caps, actually. They're not even taking up any points. So let's take a look. Now, here's the power of what a Smaland can do against a battleship. 1.4 second reload, you literally exceed some of the DPMs on majority of destroyers out there, and just look at the amount of shells we're firing here. It's going to start a lot of fires. 8% fire chance damage, like I talked about, and even this alpha damage on the superstructure is just horrendous. Like, look at the amount of damage we're going to pump into this thing. Tennessee, I'm from Tennessee, and it is sad to be shooting at my ship, my state ship here, but unfortunately we have to do it. We are in the Smaland. And let's see if we can get some fires going. He damaged con his fires, which is a bad idea right there because why? The next one will stick. And oh my goodness, so that we killed the Tennessee. Sorry, Tennessee, my home state. And he goes down right there, and that is the power of the Smaland right there. All right, let's take a look at what we can do right here. I'm not going to bother Iowa. He's going to run to the back of the map. I don't understand that at all. Battleships running in the back. So let's see. We're using RPF here. We have a threat that is, I believe, the Trump. He's launching airstrikes, so he must be somewhere in this area. Trump airstrikes with the new update go out to 12 now, so I know he's within 12. So let's take a look at where the threat is right now. Let's see, speed up a little bit here. Seems like the Yamato's coming in. We can rain some shells on the Yamato. Yamato takes out our Charles. So this game is still even. They can still win here. Never, ever give up. Remember, I've seen so many people throw games. So again, there we go. Another Lepanto goes down. So my gosh, what on earth? Looks like the Smaland will have to save the day again because this thing is freaking powerful. So let's see here. Des Moines, 21,000. I think we can take it. We are spotted for some reason. I thought we were behind islands. That means something else is in front of you. You can see RPF is now switched over to the Trump. Oh, here comes the Trump. All right, here we go. Here's what the power of the Trump. If you decide to engage a Smaland, be sure that you can kill this guy in the Smaland within a reasonable amount of time, because here's what the Smaland's going to do to you. Full health Trump right here. And let's just see us melt. Let's see how much power damage we're doing. Okay, here's the other problem with the Trump. If you go nose in, you've now eliminated a third of your guns right there. The only back turret is gone. Now you only got the front two turrets. And I'm aiming at the front turrets to see if I can knock them out. Okay, we start a fire. He's in a bad spot right now because he has no heals. We take out one of his guns right there. So he's knocked out a third of his guns. He's only got the front two now. Oh, and he's also taking, and oh my gosh. Like I said, what did I say? Smaland can handle torpedoes as well. It is a freaking powerhouse, okay? It does gun damage, torpedo damage, radar and spotting, and it's got the engine boost, what makes it difficult to heal when you want to throttle juke. It is freaking a game changer. Let's see, all right, we take out, oh my gosh, we are still losing ships. I can't believe this. With the amount of ships we're taking down and we're still losing, holy crap. Okay, somebody killed the Des Moines right there. The Des Moines has got 2,000 health left. I want to fire at him, but the Palmer and secondaries are in range. I mean, see, this is a good example of really just being patient and holding your shots. There's also a discipline involved in this game where, you may not have the ability to fire, and it really takes restraint to not fire at a ship because you're within some other threat damage. So now let's take a look. Now that we have no secondary Palmer on us, we've got the Des Moines. Guns are not looking at us, so let's see. We can get this guy to start a fire. One fire should be able to enough. Look, he fires at us. See, there's a threat right there. We cannot afford that. And let's see if we can get one more, and he goes down right there. Third kill right there, 70,000 damage. Remember I told you guys in my previous videos, if you cross the 1 million potential damage mark, you are classified as an annoying destroyer because everybody loves firing at you, and they can't seem to kill you or hit you. All right, so let's speed it up here. We are capping Charlie Point right here. All we need is to kill that Yamato. And again, thank you, Schlieffen, for taking the Yamato out before you go down. And now all we have left is the Brindisi, and we have the Palmer. Now, watch this. The power of what a Smaland can do against a cruiser here. As long as he doesn't fire at us, and take a look at his guns are slow turning right here. And here we go. Here comes the threat. If only the Brindisi looked at us and fired us instead of the other guy, he would have probably saved the game. Now, we go behind the smoke right here, which is a smart move. Thank you there, Lightning, for putting some smoke screen up. And here's the power of the Smaland's DPM. It is just horrendous. We start a lot of fires. We got the torpedoes. Thank goodness. Oh, my goodness. All those torpedoes. Come on, baby. Get this last guy. And there it goes. We get the kill with guns. Oh, actually, a torpedo. Man, I didn't realize we had a torpedo hit right there. That is wild right there. Smaland, 1.2-second reload, torpedo damage, radar damage, and let's speed this up and see if we can win this game. I think we just win this game right off the bat just by capping. Yeah, there's nothing he can do right here. He's pretty much got to shoot, and we get torpedo damage. Holy crap right there. 111,000 damage, 4 kills, and he is hurting a lot. Now, of course, we win this game in a minute, so I'm going to speed this up, but we pretty much don't have to shoot. We win this game based on points, but look at that, 4 kills. 1.2 billion potential, and we just win the game by just sheer techniques, strategy, and just placement. And yeah, there's the power of the smaller there. Game's pretty much over. I like to fire right now, and yeah, the game's over in 2 seconds. But man, the power of the Smaland, guys. Unfortunately, again, I'm sorry, it is not available for purchase anymore. Hopefully, maybe they bring it back. So because they brought back the Smolensk, which is also a broken cruiser, but you never know. Look at this. 111,006 men. We get Confederate. We get Dreadnought for absorbing that much damage. Like I said, classified as a literally annoying ship. If you can take that much damage and survive, like spotting damage, we spotted. We've had potential. Just the amount of sheer firepower we're capping. We're capturing points right here. A lot of a strategy and a lot of destroyer literally roles that we satisfied right there. And it's so freaking powerful. So let's go to the next video. All right, team. Here's the final game, and with the Smaland here, I played rank, random, just mixing it up and just having fun right here. But take a look at the loadout here. Only a Shimakaze, which we're definitely gonna just melt. We're not afraid. Now we were worried about the Austin. That thing can melt us, and we have a Moscow radar, and the other ones are a broken Libertad and a couple of other battleships. So always analyze the battlefield before you begin. So right off the bat, what are we gonna do? We're gonna kind of slow roll it 3/4 speed into the cap and kind of analyze where is that Shimakaze, where's the radar. We launch on preemptive torpedoes. We went around. Yeah. Now we know where the Shimakaze is at, okay? So here, this is exactly why I do that little technique right there, where you go in, turn around, come back out. You don't have to touch the cap. You don't win games by just capping first. You win games by holding them. So what? Shimakaze basically is running out of the cap now. He basically capped, and now, like all players, once they cap, they kind of leave the cap. So knowing that technique right there, try it out, guys. I mean, watch. Just a typical destroyer player is going to go in, cap, and then leave. That's your opportunity to go back in and cap. And then the majority of the time I've seen, when I go in and cap, the destroyer doesn't want to come back anymore. It really just kind of leaves and forgets everything. And now you can just cap at free will. All the battleship players on the back. Radar cruisers also in the back. I can see Moscow's over at Charlie. I'm not really worried. Austin is hiding behind an island. And you can just cap for free. So this is why it's so crucial that you kind of analyze first and make the best coordinated decision possible that gives you the best outcome, so you're not really rushing to your death, okay? So let's see, we're speeding up here. Let's see, where is the Shimakaze? So we're debating about, okay, he's almost dead. Okay, you would think our Libertad and GK, with the amount of secondaries those two provide, you would think they'd be able to kill the Shimakaze. You can't count on them, okay? As a destroyer player, never ever count on a battleship, okay? You're going to have to take the fight to the enemy, and I've noticed that. As much as you would like to help out your battleship, they can only do so much, and I feel like they just go handicap when as soon as they lose a destroyer, they say, oh my gosh, I can't see, I can't spot, and they're requesting all these things. It's pretty sad. That's the nature of World of Warships today. They rely, your battleship player is so heavily reliant on the destroyer player that you just cannot rely on them. They rely on you. So therefore, do not listen to orders from a battleship, but you make the decision to support your battleship by you taking the fight to the enemy. You make the decisions. You make the calls because you're literally doing everything. Where, say, look, he's calling for me, where I'm going, why? Why should I rush out to my death right now? Why am I going outside the cap? My whole purpose is to spot and cap, right? Battleship players, I have no idea what your purpose is other than soak damage, because you're just running away, not providing anything other than just kind of like, oh, it's something to shoot at, right? And that's why it's so important that as a destroyer player, you just be calm, analyze the situation, and determine what's the best course of action based on the information given. Because right now, if I go out and expose myself to this Austin, he'll just hit his reload booster and just melt me in one fell swoop. So it's better for me just to spot this Austin right now, let the battleships determine if they want to fire. Look, I'm calling, hey, shoot at this Austin, but look, GK and Libertad are running away. So again, that's why you can't rely on battleship players anymore. They just really don't have the ability to make a good coordinated decision or even provide any kind of support because they have a long reload. They're running away most of the time. They're sitting in the back. So therefore, we're going to have to move forward. Now, they're calling for support right here because they know that Shimakaze, based on my RPF, is in front of me. That is a good thing. So now I know I can win this. See, those battleship players are dying literally to one little battleship or one little Shimakaze. So we're going to take the Shimakaze off the map here. Let's see if we can eliminate him, pop the radar. Here's why it's so devastating for the Smaland. Shimakaze cannot survive this. Radar, high reload, dead. And that's what we provide right there. Just Hunter Killer Destroyer. And now we're going to go out and have some fun by just farming a bunch of battleships, okay? And notice I waited to engage because I want to make sure that Austin is behind an island. Notice that he's behind an island. He is unable to shoot me. So putting other structures and islands in your way. See, I look back. Yep, Austin is behind that mountain that's right next to me, so I know he can't fire at me. So this is a safe spot to farm. Because it's also good to know that, hey, you want to pick your fights. You want to go one-on-one, pick one-on-one battles rather than having 4 or 5 people shooting on you. It's a lot. That's just common sense, right? But not so common, right? But that's why you want to make sure Austin or the other threat is behind an island. And now I can just really shoot. And this is where Smaland and other Haragumo and Marceau and all these other gunboat DDs do is excel just by sitting unabated and just pump the amount of DPM against another unsuspecting battleship, or in this case, a pushing Burgoyne, where you really can't do anything other than just take this damage, take it like a man, right? And we're just going to see if we can start some fires on the... yep, there's one other fire. Again, Smaland 8% fire chance with the amount of DPM. Just getting so much more. We've also got the torpedoes, so we're going to launch a couple spreads here. Just he's probably going to drive right into him. He's got the engine boost going. And now we've got 1.3 second reload on this Burgoyne. 18,000 down to 12,000. Look, we're just melting with the help of the battleships. We're melting this guy. Look, 578, 578, 578. And let's see if we can give the final death blow. Come on, baby. Get one more hill, and we get him right there. Second kill of the game. Looks like we're going to have to mop up this entire team over here for our friendlies here. Okay. Oh, here's another bad play. I don't know why the battleship is rushing on Austin, which he knows he has torpedoes. Look at that. A GK literally is taken down by an Austin, and they're all overpenning everything, and oh, he even gets rammed. Okay, so I don't know if that was a good trade. Just poor decision-making right there. Anyways. All right, so now, look, we also lose our Izumo, so we literally have to win this game, and we lose our Libertad. I have no idea what just happened there. So now we're just going to have to win the game for our team here, okay? So it's 2 versus 1, and this is the power of what the Smaland provides right here. So we're just going to wait, see if I can get that. I damage combat because I need my engine boost, because the engine boost is just pretty incredible on the Smaland. It's really difficult sometimes to hit a full engine boost Smaland because he can throttle juke. You can just exceed the speed of 46 knots plus right there. Notice I turn, watch, I'm going to turn. And actually, I'm not going to even turn. I'm going to just let those shells go right by me, because sometimes these battleship players don't underestimate the speed of the Smaland, because they don't realize the engine boost provides 30% increase. You know, I'm just going in a straight line because I'm testing his accuracy of his gunnery right here, because he doesn't realize how fast this thing can go. Okay, and you can also slam on the brakes. So let's say one more salvo right here. Notice the shells are going right by me right there. Yep, right by me again. So he missed. Oh, that last shell got me. So he's starting to figure this out. So the next shot, I'm going to slam on the brakes and see if I can avoid some of this. Look, I'm just constantly firing here. The amount of DPM I can pump out and launch a couple spreads right here. Let's see if he fires one more shot at me. He's gauging. He's kind of gauging the speed right there. Yep, there. I'm going to slam on the brakes. And just look how fast the thing can slow down. It could slow right there. Unfortunately, he does take out... Well, somebody took out my engine. I think it's the Moskva. But don't worry. We only got 4,000 health left. And we got to fire him. And this is probably going to be his final death blow. And there he goes. That's the third kill. Third kill, 74,000 damage. Now, a lot of you guys would say, like, why don't you just run away and fire? Well, I'm actually going, well, you know what? We're about to win the game, and I've got 11,000 and a heal. This is why having a heal is so important. He's only got 18,000 health left, and the torpedoes look pretty good, so I may be able, and I'm inside his radar range. So, you know what? At this point, why not just win the game? This is ballsy, guys. I wouldn't recommend this, but, you know, I'm in the Smaland. I feel a little confident right here. He takes a torpedo on the nose, and look at that, 8,000 damage, and we're literally just going to see if we can melt this guy. So we got reverse in, and he's got... Now, the Moscow does burn pretty well, so I know that. So let's see if we can start a fire on the superstructure here. And there's one. That should do it right there. Once he gets that fire going, I got passive income damage, and, yep, we're just going to win by sheer DPM firepower. And like I said, annoying. Holy crap. I guess we just had to win the game for our team, right? Definitely a recommendation for the Smaland for ranked and competitive. It is super freaking powerful. That's why they ban it from a lot of cannon battles. And, man, this thing can hold its own. I'm telling you, it's so freaking powerful. Wish they bring it back. 4 kills, 5 fires. We literally are number one in the team of winning the game. Unfortunately, we're not number one here. because I guess we just didn't do enough damage, I guess, right? But hey, kudos to the Hildebrand GK surviving, but still off in the distance and just throwing your ships away at the end there. Not recommended play style. But anyways, we did the bulk of the damage. We had to kill the last 3 guys. And just had to win the game right there. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. Learn something from it. Just how to play a destroyer today. And you're being really that passive-aggressive, not rushing to your death, but surviving the long haul, getting those kills in, and just seizing on those moments and opportunities. But as always, hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, up, and below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. I'm going to do a video about Marceau later on. And then maybe we'll do a video about Libertad. So hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year if I don't see you guys out there. And be safe. And again, if you see me out there, say hi. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care. And the build will be at the end of the video. Cheers.